members and to the old members that have found their way back to the community. I need you just as much as you need me. In this evening's live, it's a very, very, very big moment here for XRP as we come up to the daily close. Right now, we're just at the 426 level, and we're trying to pull back up here in the daily time frame and get back above that. It's right about where we're at right now. We're right about where we're at right now. We're trying to have a daily close here over this 4263 level. 4263. And if we can pull up here and pull this daily up, we would not have closed below that cup and handle. Now, what we did do is we created like this downward channel, and I was looking to see if we could create like a W reversal in the short term to match up with how it looks like what happened. And this is very bullish for XRP if this plays out. It looks like we came around, made a W here, and you know, if you get something like that to where you back test it, or because I don't want it to do this and just break down. That's the last thing I want it to do. So I'm trying to find a way where it could come down here and we could be in this very bullish scenario, but understanding that if we get rejected, it's not the worst thing in the world. But it's honestly, is it in our best interest to get rejected here and come back down and create that formation, or is it in our best interest to go boom, boom, come back up here and then do something like that? I could argue that as well. It's just we're gonna run out of steam with this volume portfolio. The one thing that makes me very nervous about what I'm seeing right now for XRP, and I want to see a strong close here. I would like to see a strong close here and see if it can work its way up and maintain like a 467, 427 area. Right now, we're not getting a lot of volume in. So we'll go over the technical analysis as I'm very excited. I think there's a lot of opportunities out here. It's very volatile in the future side of things. But from a spot perspective, yesterday it was sub 40 cents. It's something to be very excited about when we start hitting these levels again. The biggest opportunity comes with XRP when we hit the level sub 40 cents. And if it comes down farther, even bigger opportunities. We'll go over everything that needs to happen for a continuation, or what could lead to a further breakdown, a double bottom, and what would happen if, let's say, we come back down at some point and we do break the 40.5 cents and that 38 cents doesn't hold as a double bottom in that area. The next logical area that we would come down to, it keeps buffering. Interesting. Very interesting. Why am I not surprised? All right, I'm gonna try to circumvent this. Hold on one sec. I reset the internet so that it would force YouTube to restart it. Even though the stream is still going, it forced it to pause and reset. So hopefully that helps. I'm glad that you said something, Mark, and a couple of the other ones in the audience. So I'll wait a second, see if that helped or not. Because there's times when I go on YouTube and sometimes for some reason it does that. So but it looks like it might have gotten a little bit better. Looks like it got a little better. I can't tell though. Let's see. We'll have to wait and see. That's certainly going to hurt the reach for this live, but that's okay. I'd rather have better quality than more people, to be honest. People that are going to come in, and if the quality's bad, it's going to make it difficult to hear anyhow, so it's not even worth it. So yeah, we'll go over the XRP technical analysis. We want to make sure to see if XRP can close over this cup and handle support. It's interesting that we created a new pattern formation here as well with the third tap on that falling channel. It's very interesting. So I'm excited to go over that. We'll go over Bitcoin and see what it needs to do today to see if we're going to have a continuation up or if it's going to slam us back down where major resistance area is, because either way, we've got to be prepared. I like to keep the positive mindset. I'd like to thank everybody for being here. And if you are watching, please make sure to hit that like button so that YouTube will recommend this live and we can expand our reach. By hitting that like button, we become part of the algorithm. And that just simply means we're part of the recommendations and we'll show up on the news feed, whether you know of the station or not. So So please make sure to hit that like button. And the good thing is you've got 30 seconds to do just that. Even though I just screwed it up because when I was doing that, I forgot to keep this up. Good evening, 6:37 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Friday, July 5th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So welcome in Mark Caston. Thank you for being in Tom's Army for 3 months plus with the XP Meteor. Coffee and Crypto, welcome in. JW, good evening, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. Rob Holkaluk and Moza here, welcome in, and thank you both for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XP Predictor. Syrian, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 1 month with the and your first month with the emoji badge and me being abducted by aliens. And thank you for also being a mod. Hope you're having a blessed evening. The Gatman, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XP 589 Moon badge. Mark Caston, thank you for tuning in along with UK Phil. Thank you both for being in Tom's Army for 3 months plus with the XRP Meteor. CJ2 Pilots, Jeffrey McGuire, thank you both for being in Tom's Army for 6 months plus with the XP Predictor, and I hope you're both having a great evening. Mario Louise Willamese, a name that will always bless each and every one of us. So, it flows so beautifully. Thank you for continuing to tune in. Stephen Jackson, welcome in. Tough times don't last, tough people do. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Sean, I've been saying for months, 38 cents had to be visited first. Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Trong, welcome in. Kondo, good evening. I'm doing pretty darn good. I can't complain. I'm doing pretty good. I'm curious to see in this next moment what XRP does. If we can establish from this point and make a V-shaped recovery, or if we come down and have to do a double bottom, because it's very interesting where XRP's at. Now that we came down and retapped the 7-year trend line, now it's actually a ball game here. Now we've come back, and the speculation, if we were in a bearish movement, the problem is we would have to reestablish support after we got that harsh rejection on this all-time pattern. And the all-time pattern simply, for us, is when it went to all-time highs and we started the downtrending resistance. And then we found the uptrending support in March of 2020. Then you see a resistance back here in 21, a resistance over here in 24 in March, and now we got the tap of support again on July 4th. So now that we've hit the uptrend again, now it's anybody's guess, because if it's going to hold this by support, sell, resistance. So now we put ourselves in a position where this very well could have a quick recovery. It's just we have to make sure, and we might not come all the way down. Let's say we reverse back down, because at some point we're going to have to find some layer, and this is what we've got to discuss tonight. We've got to figure out and establish some layer here for XRP that becomes the new ground support. Can it simply be that we ride up the 20-day here and continue pushing out? Or are we going to have to do something different? Right now in the 30-minute, it's got a little bit of a... It started out hot here. The only problem we've had here is we haven't any fall-through volume. If we get some fall-through volume up, we could start pushing up. We just haven't got any follow-through here. And we had such a big drop-off that we could just start a massive... As you could end up saying, it's a V-shaped recovery on the smaller drop here that would eat up probably 15 to 18%, and then maybe it can zoom out. That's one of the scenarios here. The other scenario is it comes up, it can't quite hold, it comes back into here, breaks like that, or it comes down and it bounces and it starts doing something like that, and then you start establishing and you start looking, and then you can go from there. But right now, we don't know. We're in no man's land right now. We are absolutely, positively, 100% no man's land. And as good as it looks in the 30-minute is as much as it could come down that quickly now, and it could just pull back from there because there's no follow-through volume right now. I told you wasted your time with this. I love it. I love it. I love it. Man, the mods are on it. I love it. But, I mean, some people have their own opinion. Scam coin for some. Some make tons of money. I've made a lot of money in XRP, so I don't shy away from it. It's just, you've got to know when to buy and sell. It's only a scam coin. I mean, in a way, I can actually, you know, from a positive perspective, but also from a realistic one, not yell at you, and I can just simply say it is manipulated to a big extent. I wouldn't necessarily call it a scam coin because it has a lot of utility, but from a manipulated perspective, oh, it's the cream of the crop. It's the absolute positively, it's the cream of the crop. And like, we'll watch a moment here where in the 30-minute it looks like an engulfing candle, and most of the times here on a recovery, you'd be like, oh, we're going to get the volume to follow through. But let's see how it plays out here. Is it simply just going to be up? We were at 42.68. Then all of a sudden we're at 42.57. Then all of a sudden it turns it into a reversal back down. Then we have a bearish close. So it's one of those things in XRP. Yeah, like trading with J Wright said, you got to know when to hold or when to fold. But it's also you need to know when to make that first purchase and then when to buy the way down. Because for me, there was a purchase at 28. I sold at 47 or 45, somewhere in there. Rebought it back at 34, and this was last year. And then I wrote it up, but I bought double what I needed. I was very transparent with the community. Wrote it up. I didn't want to sell it all. I kept the 10,000 tokens. Bought some, sold some, bought some, sold some through the XRP Bitcoin pairing. And here we are. I have 10,000 tokens left right now. And my average right now in this current rotation is 34 cents, 34.6. So for me, the most advantageous part would be if we could fall through this and go down to that 26 cents. In my loins, that's what I would... It's not that I want it to happen, but if you look at it from a perspective like this, at first I was against it because I'm like, oh man, that's going to make this that much longer. It's going to be that much harder for us to recover. But then when I started to look at it logically, look how much longer it really only is. If, let's just say, we break down and we have to go like this now. This only brings us out into May of next year instead of, you know, into December or January. That's not a big difference. But it would also bring it to where you could have a buy-in opportunity around 26 cents. And that trend line, like ours started, this uptrend started in 2020. The next uptrend started in 2018. So that was prior to the new established uptrend that happened after we hit all-time highs. We know XRP's massively oversold, but we got to find where our support structure is, because I think once we establish this next support, the real support, whether it's in this, and these are the best days to watch me, it's either going to be established here, or it's established here, or it's established here. Well, nobody seems to want it here, which I don't blame you, because that's around 1.8 cents. But that goes back to the all-time uptrend from 2013. That's all-time. This is from when we actually made our first real breakout in, 2018, and it started that kind of a rally. Then we established a new uptrend and the new established run, which culminated with all-time highs. So I would love 26. If it goes down to 1.5, brutal. If it goes down to 1.5, it's brutal. And the good thing about it is, let's just say we had an overzealous drop-off here. The good thing about this would be, from an overzealous standpoint, it would be almost impossible just to come there in one shot. So you'd go boom, 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 and it would do something probably like that. And then when everybody says, I fucking hate this coin, I'm out of it. Then it would go whoop, and they'd be like, well, what the fuck? And then it would do this, and then it would be gone, and they'd be like, I was down 95%. I sold because I hated it, and now I'd be up 100% easy. But you could see something like that happen. So, like, when we talk about analysis, I do get bashed an awful lot, which I brought it into positive mode. There's nothing better than the positivity, because you just got to fight past it, and you got to understand what you're talking about. But this has always been a possibility. I got in so much trouble with my audience for continuous to say we're going to have a historic dump below 20 cents. That's not off the table yet. It's just when it was on the up track, it was easier because we had to knock out some resistance. Once we got here and got rejected, the tone started changing in this community a little bit. Like, uh-oh. Because we knew if we got that bearish rejection, that's a problem. Then we have to come all the way back down most likely. And then does it come out or does it break down? Because if it breaks down, then you're like, does it hold? Is it going to do something like this? And then, I mean, what does it do? It's beautiful. These are the beautiful moments. These are the beautiful moments. I'm just saying, these are the beautiful moments. So, but right now, again, we're struggling right now, even with that 30-minute engulfing candle to pull any kind of volume here. It's not spectacular, but we haven't broken back down to try to force a double bottom yet. That's the one thing I'll say. The power of positivity and optimism could very well push the price up. So we haven't broken down. This 30-minute candle is much intact still. And right now we're just trying to get a close over to feel a little bit of hope. If you don't want it to come all the way down, that is. We're looking for the cup and handle close here. And like I was saying just a little bit a while ago, I apologize because I've been jumping around. But I'm excited. I like to show the charts in a different way. And I realized, like, it's coming a little dull, you know. And then the last few days, it's been coming back to life. And I think it was becoming dull because we were focused so much on, okay, well, if it comes here, we have to, if it goes there, we have to accumulate. If we do this, it has to, no, forget that. We know the levels. And now we know that we very well might have fallen into the true consolidation here. This broke into a third hit of support here on this little falling channel here. These are bullish continuations if this holds. If this holds, it's a massive, I'm telling you right now, if we see something like, I'm just telling everybody, the most bullish scenario here, the most bullish scenario for me, known to man for XRP, right? Down, around, gets rejected here, uses this as momentum, liquidates everybody else who was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm done. I tried to go long there, I'm done. I tried to buy a spot trade, I'm down 7% or 10% because it'd be about 10% from a rejection here. I'm done. I'm done, right? And then it bounces off and comes up and you got all that liquidity. That to me would be the most bullish scenario. I am quite worried if it does this, comes back up and gets a firm rejection here and then it just falls out. Or if it comes all the way up and gets that firm rejection and just falls out. We don't want that selling base back. What we want is more blood in the streets. And I understand it could have been a perfect storm yesterday to where we wouldn't come back down there because it was a 4th of July. Crypto doesn't sleep, but the ETFs were offline yesterday. Remember that. Crypto doesn't sleep, but the ETF was offline. So if you wanted to manipulate Bitcoin's price down without the influence of the ETFs trying to bring it up, you have to do it on a either weekend or on a weekday where it's a holiday. How convenient that happened on 4th of July, right? How convenient, folks. What the hell did I just do? What did I just do? No, I'm kidding. I know what I did. Because I have this, because that would be the back test here. Something, I think it was right there. Something like that. And I did it again. And this is what it broke out. We had, that's how we knew a technical target too, on a drop point. And the worst part is when it breaks out and does it, or breaks down and does it, and then you haven't reestablished that new support. Like right now we can, I think we might have established a support. What is this? The wick starting to pull down now? What happened? I thought we were at 427. This is what I was talking about. This is exactly what I was talking about. Christopher, XRP, Future Insane Asylum. No, sir. Current Future Insane Asylum. It's the current. You got to be out of your mind to sit around and be able to watch it every day like this. You've got to be off your rocker, sir. So yes, it may be present and future, but the most insane of people have You know, sometimes it takes insanity to get to where you want to go. So, but you know, I'm a realist. I can see what's going on here. I can almost see what they just did in the 30, these bastards. Chris, do you see what they did? Do you see what they tried to do here? It looked beautiful. It doesn't look awful yet. But let's just say it comes down to like, oh, I don't know, 4.2, 4.5 area. It's going to pull down just far enough. Or right now it's in just a weird spot where nobody can see what's going to happen. But while we're letting this figure out, I want to read one thing. Because I think it's interesting and I also think it's important. So Ripple XRP price plummets to 1-year low of under 40 cents. Details. The last time XRP's price plummeted before 40 cents, or below 40 cents, was in March of last year. Ironically, when we made a nice purchase of XRP on that drop down to 34, 30, it was actually a little bit lower where it dropped. The cryptocurrency market has faced significant declines, with major assets like Binance Coin, Dogecoin, and XRP experiencing double-digit losses. XRP's future may improve, with technical indicators suggesting a rebound. The cryptocurrency sector has been experiencing substantial downfall in the past several days, with the global market capitalization plunging under 2.1 trillion. The correction intensified today, July 4th, 5th now, as numerous leading digital assets such as Binance Coin, Dogecoin, Toncoin, and many more recorded double-digit losses. Ripple's XRP is also among the poorest performers, with its price slipping a hostile 13% on a daily scale as Ripple continues to try to force out the few retail holders they have left. On a daily scale, and sinking below the 40-cent mark for the first time since March of 2023. Prior to the crash, though multiple analysts speculated that XRP was on a bullish path and set to reach a new all-time highs, Crypto Rover, with almost 800,000 followers, assumed that the asset is in a consolidation phase as long as it's... I'm sorry. Oh boy. Oh man, I needed a laugh today. Woo. Who was this guy again? Thank you, Crypto Rover. It's in a consolidation phase as long as it's between 13 cents and $1.50. Well, you don't say. XRP was north on July 3rd. The token was getting close to reaching an important resistance level known as the Fibonacci 1.618 Fibonacci retracement. If history repeats itself halfway, then we're at $27. See, this is why it's hard when you're trying to search on YouTube or on like the social media or even on like internet, Google, because if you don't understand anything more, like, oh my God, $27. What's this Fibonacci 1.61? That sounds interesting. Oh my God, we're about to break out 10,000 per, you know, it's all this stuff. You got to read through it to get to the important stuff. And what do I always tell you is important? Two of them. The stochastic, and what do I like to use? The relative strength index. And now you get through all the BS, right? And here we go. One key indicator, the XRP relative strength index, RSI, signals that the asset might indeed experience a revival in the short term. The technical analysis tool measures the change in speed of price movements, varying from 0 to 100. A ratio above 70 suggests a potential correction could be imminent, while a score below 30 hints at a potential upward reversal. Data shows that currently XRP RSI is pointing at the 11.6, the lowest level since August of 2023. We've been pointing at the fact we're the lowest levels in over a year, or up to a year. Hey, Jose, welcome in, my brother. Watch, recycle, repeat. Yes, indeed. Watch the content, recycle to friends and family, and come back by watching the next update. Repeat or live. And thank you for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XP 589 Moon Badge. What a dedicated audience we have here. What a beautiful audience. Another major element that could positively affect XRP's price is a final resolution of the lawsuit between Ripple and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. It is worth noting that a rally is most likely to happen in the event of a decisive victory for the company. Oh, it would. The legal battle has been ongoing since December 2020 and is currently in the trial phase. What? No, it's not. All right, I'm done with this article. Anyhow, we could be heading to a trial phase. We could be going to a trial phase, but we're not there yet. It could be pointing to a trial, but let me assure you, we're not there yet. Okay, everybody, you know it, I know it, we all know it. We're not in a trial phase right now. Can I confirm the Bitcoin cup? Sure, I can. I can because I've been talking about it for a very long time. And I had it on my chart for a very long time. I think I still do, as a matter of fact. That's the cup and handle, sir. We're absolutely in that handle, and that doesn't shake back out, and we lose that handle. And I've talked about this, and it's the worst case scenario, but we don't technically lose this handle until Bitcoin were to break like 48K. So yeah, you're absolutely correct. And do you see where it comes down to, everybody? You see where we come down to, everybody? Just look at this for a sec. Imagine Bitcoin does that entire retrace. What do you see? And it's so much easier to talk about this now and not when it's at 70 freaking thousand. I get laughed at. Look at the back test here. Would it not come back to the first cup and handle breakout? The bigger cup is fulfilled, and then the bigger handle would bring it down to where the prior cup was resistance and now support. Because if you look at the smaller cup, because couldn't you argue there's a smaller cup below? Can't we argue that if this smaller cup is in fact a cup and handle, like we're saying, that if you go to the base, that this would tell you that first move would be if you held here. I mean, look at that. It came up all the way is the point. It doesn't even matter. You could measure it. Look, it came up to the top. Now, if you use that same, look at this. If you use this same thing, and we're going to talk, I'm going to get rid of all this shit because it's in my way, and I'm getting tired of it. But if we talk in the same terms, because it's the base, like if you make a cup, the technical target is the base of this cup. And I'm not going to go all the way down. But look at this. If it goes, and let's just say it holds, and to me, the hold would be, and I've theorized about this, if we come to the lowest part, it's right here. Let's just say it's worst case scenario, Bitcoin doesn't bounce and this handle doesn't fully form until it gets to 48. Even from 48K, that would bring you up to 97,000. Now, let's say, in fact, Bitcoin comes down to 52.3. Let's just say it has to come down a little bit more and it bounces off of there. I mean, that would bring you up to about 100K. So, right now, Bitcoin, it's very, very bullish until it's not, ladies and gentlemen. I'll continue to say that. It sounds stupid, but it's bullish until it's not. Unless Bitcoin breaks that ultimate support around 48,400, the outcome here could be massive. And one of the things that I hold in the old arsenal is the fact that the Ethereum ETF, it's not just on the table. The paperwork's in, but it becomes a reality when it ends up on the exchange or on the stock market as an ETF to where we can trade it personally. You know, where somebody who wants to trade it could. So if that happens, Bitcoin's also going to have a rally. Once that happens, it'll give the allure to altcoins as well, because all the ones they talk about, Solana's going to get it's going to get his. Notice all the influencers now. Solana. Dogecoin's going to get it. There is zero reason for a Dogecoin ETF, so I'm not expecting a Dogecoin fucking ETF. But, you know, that's where the buzz comes in, though. So the Doge fans will buy it because of that. With XRP, it's more plausible. It's just a different animal. It's a different tool. To compare Doge to XRP's ecosystem, it would be like comparing gold to currency, to be honest with you. Not saying that Doge can't get above XRP, but that's the correlation here. So, but yeah, if it does it, let's just say it plays out of this whole thing. and we get on top of what was a very big rising channel. And that's why when we back tested this, because we came out of it to create the cup, to back test this, you could technically say that's where the handle could form here, and it would be the proper support test to confirm that handle. And that's why I have very high hopes at 52K area if it comes down there, because that rising channel, if it holds, oh Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. This would be something, and it's all lining up too. They're not going to want to dump this too far if just the way they go in the U.S. election, like Trump is for crypto. So, you know, it's getting beaten up now, but if he were to get elected, even though it's just election by the central banks, but I won't get on that topic. You know, that's the direction we want to go in the USA, would be towards crypto. And it's pretty interesting because they want to go digital in the USA. So what we're watching here is nothing short of spectacular. You know, we're in a very trying time when it comes to cryptocurrencies. But I think it's happening for a reason. You want to talk about historical buys that could be upon us? DGB is at 00683 this evening, folks. Last night when we talked during the live, it was down to 006 something. Came all the way down to 00604. The last time DGB was at 00604 was back in October of 23. So, and just like with XRP, DGB has now come up to its critical resistance point. Or is everything going to come back down now and try to double bottom? Because DGB, our technical zone that we were speculating, which it came very close, and it's close, but we speculated, you know, that it would have to come here. So a second hit could very well make the W, and it could very well hit that. So the most bullish thing would be at the reverse now, and this is just the truth. I'm not going to lie to everybody. That would be the bullish scenario. If we do something like that, that's the most bullish scenario. And I'll continue to say the money shot here, if you can get a buy somewhere around 5.7 to 0057, that's the money shot. If you bought it at 0061 and it comes down to 5.4 or 5.5, buy it again if you believe in it. If you bought it here, that means you're willing to buy it here, here, here. No matter what it does, you're willing to buy it in segments. And you found that that is your entry point, and now you can't get mad. See, here's the key. If you've bought in now, you cannot get mad every time it goes down. So if you bought XRP at 38 cents this time, or 39 or 40, don't get mad if it goes to 38 if you bought it at 40. Now you've got the opportunity to expand what you already thought was a phenomenal deal at 40 that got better at 38 or 36 or wherever your next set point would be. Yeah, I want you, if you've bought in right now, chart in your next buy area. Just write it down somewhere. And if XRP gets there, you make sure you have a set amount of money for if XRP hits that next set point. And if it hits there, no questions asked, you buy more. Not only will you bring your average down, you'll bring your holdings up. And when it starts to rally back up eventually, because if you think XRP is never going to hit $1 again, you're out of your mind. If I'm sitting here at 75 with the cane saying, I can't believe it didn't hit fucking $1 again, then I'll say, okay, I was wrong. But I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening by a long shot. What I see happening here is a missed opportunity that might not even have occurred yet. Because the lower it gets, the less people that are going to buy. Mark my words. So thank you to the 90 people tuning in. Only 48 people have hit that like button this evening. I stopped looking to see until after 7 o'clock how many people were watching or hit that like button. But only 48 people. If only... That's a very low percentage. If you appreciate the fact that I come on here, even in the worst of times, or that I keep you up to date and I share everything I know or everything I see, or I'm very open and honest, make sure to hit that like button. If you appreciate what I do, just hit that like button. I'm very positive because there's so many people in here, even in these down times, and 48 of you still managed to hit that like button. So that's still impressive that some of you did hit the like button. I really, really appreciate that. Chilliz, welcome in. Hope someone caught my 38 cent yesterday. Maybe we get a 26. Yeah, Chilliz, I know you got 38, whatever it was yesterday. Now we're looking to see if XRP, and this is where if anybody's on a futures trade, be careful if you bought it. Okay, if you just bought it, whatever. But if you bought it on that drop at 38, make sure that you are understanding that if we get rejected at 42.6, that it could come back down to either 40.5 or double bottom around 38. Just be very aware of that. Be very aware of that. Jose, thank you so much for the $9.99 donation. What a homie. My first donation of the night. I really, really appreciate that. I don't mention the donations a lot anymore. I don't like bringing it up to tell people, oh, donate this, that. Tony, welcome in. Mr. Carter, mother's second choice in the house. Yes, hit that like button. And thank you for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon Badge. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. We've seen Bitcoin. We've talked about XRP. We looked at DGB a little bit. Now let's take a look at our friend XLM. And it does it not look like it's kind of setting up in a weird fashion? We've seen this before, and because it didn't hit look at this. Man, it would be... This is a case where I am begging it to come down. I am begging crypto to not do the short V-shaped recovery and then maybe face a big rejection. I am begging crypto right now to get rejected here in the 4-hourly. Come down. The technical drop for XLM is right here. I'm begging it to come down, hit the technical drop point here, make that W, and then start breaking out. Man, but this could be huge. But it's got to follow it. There's times when I talk like this, it's because if it follows my trajectory, holy shit, are we going to have a big breakout. But if it doesn't, we're going to exhaust ourselves with the lack of volume. Stop back. Are you talking about begging for it to give us that double bottom? Or stop begging for donations? Or I don't know. Or stop begging in general. With that being said, we're going to relax. And if you're looking to trade XRP, I'm telling you right now, get on the exchange that you want to trade on. It's at 42.5 cents. If it does drop again, get ready. If this is your time of opportunity, find a way to buy it even in the USA. Video description below our BITUNIX. Oh, stop begging XLM. I'm sorry. But I am begging it. I beg of it. Only because it would be the most opportune. I just don't want us to exhaust ourselves and then fall through and then yada yada. Oh, your biggest bag. No. You want that to happen if that's your biggest bag. Because then if it forms that big double bottom, oh baby. Shane says, took an Ethereum futures yesterday, currently up 80%. Heck yeah, my friend. I love seeing that. I love seeing that. Oh man, that's a big one. Let's look at Ethereum. I like that. Man, these volume pushbacks are so damn weak. We got to be careful here. I'm just saying, if you're in big profit here, make sure that just if it does break down here, don't become that. I'm telling you right now. I'm not telling anybody to sell. Just don't become liquidity if it does that. I hope that it does this because now I see people are in it. Just because I see now. But if it doesn't do that, it's going to need to find a layer of support. And maybe that is the layer. Maybe the layer is just riding that 20-day. Maybe it... I don't know. That volume is so fucking weak. Everything. I can't believe how weak this volume is. Like, what is going on? You tell me XRP can't scrounge up a few people to buy this? The volume's break. Look how low the volume's getting as we're trying to move. The volume's... This is a bullish or bearish reversal in the making. Rising price, crashing volume. Rule number 1 says... Rising price, crashing volume, bearish reversal. We need a spike of volume in the worst possible way. Like in the worst possible way we do. And this isn't like a line made of lava. You know, I didn't put a voodoo curse on this. I didn't use any magical spells. I'm not a wizard. I didn't force XRP to stop at that line. That's the pivot point, because that's the cup and handle, but that's also a pattern formation here, a bigger one. And this is a key indicator if we're not bullish enough to get rejected, or in the like it's getting rejected time after time. God, it makes me nervous when I see stuff like this. I would love to just say XRP is about to shoot up 75%. But the volume, look at this. Even if it gets past here, I don't have a lot of hope that it's going to get past 48.8, but that is a nice move from here. But look at that crashing volume. That's devastating. I would love to see more volume. Just give me more volume. How about we make a push here and give me more volume? How about that? How about them apples? Just give me some volume. Don't push me all the way up here with no volume. It's also not great that it's got no volume when it's up at the handle resistance that used to be support. Like, are we using the handle as a resistance? Or is it a start of a range between 42.6 and 37? Who knows? And 38, what do we know? What do we think might happen Monday when the market's open? What I think is going to happen in gold, whew, I've been begging everybody to buy B2 Gold. B2 Gold's up now to $2.80 again, but gold's up 34 bucks today. Almost back up to $2,400 an ounce. I can't, back in 2021, for anybody who's new, and I love this, there were a lot of you in 21, when we made all that money on XRP, you followed what I said. When we sold out, and for me personally, I made about 14,000 on my crypto in 21, but about, you know, 8.5, 9,000 was strictly due to XRP. In total, I cashed out about $12,800 worth of XRP at $1.66. But I took $10,000 and I left 3,500, or no, 4,000 initially, and I put it into precious metals. I waited for it to go down, and when we found good buying spots, and it went as low as $1,700, where we were buying it in the community. And silver went as low as 16, 17, or 17, and now it's up at 31. Gold's up at almost 2,400. The point is there's no reason to lose. If you know what you're doing, everybody says, oh, XRP is a scam, it's this. XRP afforded me the opportunity for several ounces of gold and 400 to 500 ounces of silver on top of what I thought I was going to have. So, yeah, it might be a scam to some, but to me, it's changing everything. XRP Future Millionaire, that's a part of it right there. XRP made me the money to where I can store it in real value. And then now I'm back in XRP, but I got to buy it back at 28 and a half, sell it, buy it back at 34.6. So, like, I've done what I need to do, but there's so much more to do. That's why I always say it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. If you just started the destination, or you just started and you joined at the destination we're at now, you can never uncover the journey we've been on. Even if you go back and watch it in the archives, it's not the same. Living in those moments, having those feelings, and one day I came in here and our account was worth like $4,700. 3 days later, I came in here, our account was worth $10,000. 8 days from the time it was at 4,200, our account was worth like 17,000 or 18,000. I ended up cash or 17,000 or something like that. So I missed the top by about 3,000. Did I care? Fucking no, I didn't care, because I was up like 400% practically. But that's what we're trying to get back to. Nobody gets made rich in a bull market. You got to do it in bear markets. You've got to do it in drops like we've seen. That's how it happens. That's how big things happen. And I feel so fortunate that I get to share it with all of you. I do. I feel so blessed that we get to share it together. Bought 2019 at 0.1. Oh my God. That's incredible. That's an incredible purchase. XRP looks to be picking up a little steam, hopefully. God, that volume is so bad. What is going on here? XRP, you can't pick up any volume. Look at this 2-hour candle, 6.5 million. This is embarrassing now. On that drop, it had 50. This is bad. We need a volume spike in the worst possible way. Because what's going to happen here is we're going to get a red spike if there's no more volume coming in. The trading bots are going to turn on and look for opportunity. That's what we got to avoid here. We got to avoid those damn trading bots at the... We've got about 45 minutes right now. But yeah, capitulation, Josh, you saw, would absolutely help. And if we did come back down, it would start layering into a capitulation type thing. But yeah, settlement would definitely help. It definitely would. This is brutal, though. This is brutal because now you're at a spot where XRP's right up against its resistance and it's just stuck. Bitcoin's right at its resistance. It's stuck. All of these cryptos got back to the resistance and magically they're just frozen. We're frozen in time. The last time we got frozen in time like this, it didn't necessarily end well, and everybody remembers. Oh yeah, the relaxation will definitely help. And if you're new, a lot of people are like, you smoke cigarettes? I'm like, nah, I don't smoke nicotine, but I smoke THC. Everybody can make that correlation. So XRP, if we can bounce out of here, the next area of concern, let's just say we get out of here and we take the bullish route, out of here at least. That doesn't mean we're out of the woods. Let's say we take the bullish route out of here. The next major area would be to come up here. Our next big area, oh, that's XLM, what am I doing? The next big area, I was going to say, that seems far away. So we're at this resistance. One big area would be to come up here at the broken structure at 487. But there's another one down here, 4 or 5. I mean, there's so many areas now that we could theoretically come into, but that's just something we drew in there. So that's a shorter term hit up there as well. So, I mean, that would be your next area of concern. For XRP, if we get back above here, your next resistance is around 44.8 cents. 44.8 cents if we can get past here. But we're going to have to do it in a hurry here. We can't afford to close and keep giving the allure to people that we can't even close over the handle support, or the fact that we can't get any volume here because it's going to lead into the next day. And all accounts, today should have been the recovery day. And now what's going to end up happening here is, yeah, XRP might be in the midst of an 11% rally, but it came after a 22% drop. So now the big push today was only to recover half of the drop. And right now, unless XRP gets some volume here, we're going to fall down here, whether we want it to or not. Whether you want it to fall or not, if XRP doesn't pull some volume out of its ass here and gain some testicular fortitude, we're going to fall down and we're going to try to either hit 40.5 or 38 cents. Now, if we can gain some testicular fortitude here, we can start pushing to 44.8 cents. It's not that far away. It's only about a 4.8% move from here, roughly. It's not that far. And I'd like to think we could do it, but with the lack of volume, you've got to at least pay attention to the volume. And right now, in the 30-minute, it's the easiest way to see it. It's atrocious. It's atrocious. That entire bounce back has been embarrassing. It's getting worse, and the higher it goes, the less of a chance we can get past that level. No volume equals no price surge. And all it means is this is a bearish consolidation after a lengthy fall, and there was just buy orders being filled. They turned the trading bots off for a minute, and then once they turn them back on, the overwhelming sells come in, and then the ones who bought are sitting there and like, what the fuck? And now they're forced to sell. That's when capitulation starts, because now the holders who held on for dear life and the new buyers all start selling in unity because they're like, well, this is bullshit. I just bought at 38 cents and went up to 42.5, 43, and now it's back to 37. I'm not sitting through this garbage. And now, if it happens, people are going to say, oh, well, it's never going to change. It's never going to change. You've seen in my title this morning, and it was for a reason. I wanted to knock the point home this morning. Wasn't anything sexy. It was to the point. XRP breaks community, falls 22%, taps 7-year support. And the volume surged 40% to 2.13 billion. That wasn't to scare anybody. That was so that you could get punched in the face like I do. But actually with reality of, okay, something big just happened here. So now if we can do this properly, something even bigger could happen. Chilla says $10 for a 24x XRP at 26 cents. Thank you so much for not only being in Tom's Army for your first month with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens, but for the $10 donation, my friend. That is beautiful. The fact you would spend your hard-earned money on my content is just a miracle for me. I have no training. I taught myself everything I know. Now, maybe we could ride the coattails of Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin, maybe you're going to give us some hope here in the next 38 minutes. Let's see if maybe Bitcoin got a little volume. Oh, no. Just the opposite. Oh, my God. Bitcoin's volume is... There's no volume. This is... I kind of feel like we're being trapped here. I think this could be a bull trap on this bounce back. They could be setting up a bull trap here on the bounce back. The number one giveaway is no volume. This could be a bull trap on this push up here. And that doesn't mean that it's going to fall past 38, but I mean that it could be like hitting a brick wall here at some point. We need some volume. I like these kind of lives. I feel like I'm back in the old time now. I fell back into my true self and I love it. I'm flowing now. I'm just flowing. Just bought more XDC, XLM, and XRP. Not that you have to answer, but did you just buy it just now or did you buy it during the drop out of curiosity? I'm always curious. I mean, it's still part of the drop. I know, Joshy. That's what I'm trying. I'm trying with some reverse psychology here for some volume to come in and say, well, fuck you, Tom. Here's some volume, you dick. Come on, XRP. Show me you can get some volume here. Ronnie, I 100% agree with you. I was hoping it'd be a V-shape as well, but once it started curving, that shows me that we're more than likely coming for a double bottom. And then you couple that with the lack of volume that is just dying off. It feels like a double bottom is coming. Ooh, beautiful, Mr. Day. Beautiful. Those are two good buys. You bought on both of the drop downs the last couple days. That's how you're supposed to do it if you're confident. Because right now, that drop yesterday was beautiful. The one before it could have been a start too, so I like that. MC Prosperity, welcome in, and I appreciate you continuing to buy in. There you go. There you go. Well, too bad XDC hasn't done dick since we bought it. I mean, it's held on pretty nicely. If you look at it, remember where we bought it? Too bad we didn't just wait. We bought the damn support, and then it just came through the support, and we could have got a much better buy. Well, I mean, not, who am I to say much better, right? But anyhow. All is well because it's right there. I just can't believe XRP here. I can, because if it's going... Okay, I can believe it if it's set for a double bottom. It was just hard to believe the volume was this low when it was teasing a V-shaped recovery. I feel like they're trapping right now. It could also be a trap to keep some from buying in, and then a surge of volume comes in. That's also a possibility. But the longer this takes, the worse off it looks. I was hoping something would happen, but we haven't even moved. During this entire live, XRP has been between 42.48 and 42.7. We're dead middle. We've barely moved. About 1,000 puts me at 7,654. Excellent. I love that. I love that. That's about how many I had in 2021 in that bear market rally, or the mini bull run for XRP. And from 47-cent average up to $1.66, it did me rather well having 7,800. It was enough to make me a lot of money, along with a couple other things for how much I put into the investments. But I mean, I'm telling you, this volume is scary. I don't believe that this rally is going to continue until it proves me wrong. It's got to prove me wrong at this point for me to think this isn't going to do anything but double bottom. And I think it's going to be worse. I don't think it's just going to hold at 38. I think it could come to 37. I honestly think 26 is not off the table. I've always thought sub 20 cents could happen. You can go back to my videos for over 2 years when I called for sub 20 cents. I promised everybody I wouldn't keep putting that in the title. Otherwise, I would. But I promised I would stop saying historical crash, sub 20 cents, because people were getting a little bit pissed off at me. So I stopped putting that in the title, but I would put it in there every single day. And then I would start putting in bear market rally of 24. And that made people madder because, oh, well, if it goes up there, why does it have to come back down? I don't make the rules. I just write the script. Wink, wink. I got plans for XRP if it goes sub 20 cents. I've got plans. You have no freaking idea. Julie already knows. I don't know what I would do. I can't say I'd streak through the neighborhood because then I'd go to jail and become a sexual offender or predator, sex offender, or whatever the hell they call it. But, Liz, welcome in, love, and thank you for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XRP Predictor. The beautiful thing about Liz is she was here when XRP was up in the $1.50 and $1.66 when I told the community to sell, and then I told everybody it was going to 52 cents. And by the way, it hit it dead on to the penny, and Liz was here. She remembers all of that. And then I told everybody sub 20 cents, but I wouldn't buy until sub 40 cents. And it was a beautiful time. 2091. Is that what number you subscribed? I want to say somewhere around it. Oh, 2021, I was going to say. I know you subscribed before number 2000 because you were one of the early ones, very early. So let's see if XRP can get a push here. I don't know. Like I said, sub 20 cents was something I called for before we had that push back up. And then it became that 26 cents is where I think the true floor could be. If it comes down, if we break 26, it's a problem because then the floor becomes, it's not just sub 20. It get back down to like 1.5. I feel like an idiot. I bought the bottom in 2022. Oh, hold on. I got to read the rest of that. Never feel like an idiot though. Bottom June 22, and people can now get better prices than I did. Almost so upset, but honestly, no emotion is the game. Put my big. Oh well, Ronnie, that's something that happens. Yeah, I know you bought the bottom in 22, but when you're in a bear market and it's an accumulation phase, you've got to be reserved with the fact that even if you think you're buying in for the long hold, let's say you bought it at, like you said, 40, I don't know, 38, 42. And then it goes up to, let's just say it goes up to 75, and you bought it at 38. Or let's just say, for an example, some people bought it at 40 cents right now. Let's say you bought it at 40 cents. And let's say we do get a rally here, and XRP does find itself at like 50 cents. Well, now you're faced with the decision of, do I sell it at 50 cents? And then it comes back down to 25, and you're like, well, see, I made a great decision. I bought it at 40, I sold at 50, I bought it at 26. I love this fucking token. But if you bought it at 40, seen it at 50, but said it's not where I want it to go, and then you see it at 26, and you're like, this coin's a piece of shit. I could have just sold it out for 25%, bought it back in, had all these extra tokens, but then you just sit there and do nothing. You let that opportunity go past you. So it's almost like, if you thought it was good enough at 38 and it comes to 25, well, you certainly should think it's even better at 25. That's where the rich get richer. See, there's one thing I can share to give some of you hope, but like, it's just what some people do. So look what XRP, who the hell was it? Who the heck was it that bought XRP more of it today? I read it in my update this morning. How can I not remember? Maybe it'll be in the, maybe it'll be in here, in the news and notes down here. And look, we talked earlier about how we came down to the 7-year support. That's the bullish 20 to 14 to 70. We're actually holding that area, but technically, you know, we've come up against it. But the other issue is if you have no more money, that's the other issue, because like I tell everybody, I am not cash rich anymore. I put a lot of money into precious metals. You know, I did what I did with the house and paid it off. So, like, there's no cash. You know, I don't have a lot of cash. That's why I had to sell some of my B2 gold when I paid my property tax. That cost me almost $4,700 for the summer. We're getting tapped as a community. Not just me, but the whole community here. We're all being tapped. That's the problem. And as things become more expensive, it starts to align with the fact that it becomes harder and harder to buy. No, yeah, you're right about that, Ronnie. They did, but it was for a reason. It was for a reason why they did it. Unfortunately, but I think it was... Who the hell added the XRP today? Why can't I remember who this was? I'm seriously, my head is not working. He bought it at 40 and said he'd buy more at 37 cents if it hits there. Oh, right here. So look, for anybody who didn't see this, if you want to see somebody who's in the prominent part of the community and what they did during the drop, so a pro XRP lawyer buys the dip, eyes another lower entry point. So let's get down to what he did. Because I read this morning. I just want you guys to see what he did. So Bill Morgan... So XRP News, lawyer reveals strategic move amid market downturn. Bill Morgan, known for his pro-XRP stance, recently shared on the X platform that he has purchased more XRP at just over 40 cents amid the current price drop. This move comes as XRP struggles below the 40-cent threshold, a significant decline during a broader market sell-off. However, Morgan remains undeterred, viewing the dip as an opportunity rather than a setback. This is the mindset you have to have if you're looking at it for potential long-term. And if you actually believe in what you buy, this is how you should think. Besides, he has also hinted at a further buying strategy, planning to acquire more if the price reaches 37.5 cents, which, unless you're in the perpetual futures, it just missed. It hit around 38.1 cents in the spot market. In a recent X post, Morgan expressed his readiness for a lower entry point, emphasizing his strategic approach to accumulating XRP at favorable prices. This sentiment has resonated with some of his followers, with one user commenting, "That's a good move, only to gain from here. It has not much room to go down more." You can always be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, how far it could actually go down. Meanwhile, Morgan's active engagement with the community reflects his confidence in XRP's potential for recovery and growth. However, Morgan's actions come amid his analysis of modern market trends. Besides this, also sparks speculations, intensifying Ripple versus SEC battles. So at least he's putting his money where his mouth is, right? He backs XRP, but at least he puts his money where his mouth is. That's what you want to see. So if you're listening to him, at least he's backing up what he believes in. So right now, though, XRP's stuck right now. We're stuck for a minute. Oh, Ronnie, if that happened, a lot of people would be happy because then they can flip profits. I know what you're trying to do. A lot of times it is the last one to pop. Let's see if any more volume came in, because I got to get going, everybody. We got to do my son's last feeding of the night. So I appreciate everybody who tuned in this live. Have a blessed evening, everybody. God, this volume is still so low. Come on, XRP. You can do it. It's got to get over 42.75 cents. Got to give us some volume. And then it's got to hold 42.6. Man, oh man. Have a good night, everybody. I see Julie waving at me if you see me going over there, so I'm going to go help her. Be blessed, everybody. I thank every single one of you. I hope you appreciated the live. I know I was talking a lot about potentials and opportunities and then reasons why you should not give up. But we also showed a lot of truth on the charts. I love it. Love it. Have a blessed evening, everybody.